welcome back to A Better World. This is your host, Mitchell J. Rabin, and I'm very glad you're joining us again today. Today we're going to have another very interesting show. We have Howard Beckman, the author of several books, An Introduction to Vedic Astrology, Spiritual Science of the Ancients, Vibrational Healing with Gems, and Mantras, Yantras, and Fabulous Gems. Howard is an outstanding Vedic astrologer. He's been at this for some 35 years. He's actually known as the astrologer's astrologer because many astrologers consult him for guidance either with their clients or for themselves personally. So it's really a very great pleasure to have Howard here from Florida to be on today's show and to talk with us a little bit about the understanding of Vedic astrology as well as its sisters in the Ayurvedic, ancient Vedic world, because astrology occurs along with Ayurvedic medicine and along with the spiritual practice of yoga. It's not separate. And we'll be speaking a little bit about that, as well as something that very much interests me, which is the yugas and understanding our place in the timeline of Earth's history. And that's another area that Howard spends as a Vedic astrologer a lot of time. So with that, I want to welcome you on the show.
Thank you very much, Mitchell. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm so glad to have you, Howard. So you are also a writer, obviously, and I know doing more of that,
Yes,
which
always.
is fabulous. You write, you teach, you travel the world, you are a gemologist on top of it, and a lot of the gems. Did your interest in gemology come from the Ayurvedic understanding of the role of gems for healing, or?
Well, originally it was something that was in, you might say, I grew up around. And,
oh, it was your
heard a
great
lot-
uncle. Yes, indeed.
Heard a lot about gems and,
Yeah.
mostly their great worth, you might say, but how rare that they are.
Yeah.
And I became interested a bit later in the healing properties of gems. And entering into Jyotish, especially living in India.
That's the formal Sanskrit name for Vedic astrology.
I found that they use gemstones as healing measures.
Yes.
They use them for balancing planetary energies. And also in Ayurveda, it's an ancient science that they actually make medicines out of gemstones as well. And many many old cultures use gems for various reasons. And so I studied everything that I could, read every book that I could find of many cultures. And even ones that are a little bit more difficult to place a timeline to. As well, that supposedly had to do with the Atlantean culture, and even earlier than this.
What are some of the therapeutic benefits of carrying gemstones, or not just as a physical body, but also psycho-emotional? Because if they occur in your readings as a Vedic astrologer, which I know they do because of the reading you did with me, and you mentioned blue sapphire and emerald as something that would help to enrich, amplify my aura and my being. If that kind of thing shows up in your readings, they carry a lot, obviously.
Well,
what are some of those qualities?
Well, everything vibrates in the universe. Everything has a vibration.
Yeah.
Every living entity has a vibration. So you might say that gem crystals, they're like the flowers of the mineral kingdom. And they have a very, very powerful, powerful vibration. Many people are in tune with crystals. Different, mostly quartz crystals have a vibration. Well, when it comes to the rarity of gems such as rubies and emeralds and diamonds and sapphires, these are some of the rarest treasures of nature. And they're talked about within the Vedic scriptures that have to do with planetary energies, that these gems actually carry a frequency, which is, you might say, emitted by, it is the same as the frequency emitted by a particular planet. So when we're using them in conjunction with Vedic astrology, we can see that on a subtle level, and we're dealing with karma here, we can amplify very positive vibrations, or shall we say certain vibrations that are somewhat weak due to the planet's position at the time of birth. But the planet is in a position where it should indicate that it should give you benefits, but it's a little bit weakened. So therefore, if we use a gem, it will strengthen that
Ramp
energy.
it up a bit.
Yeah, and this may be for physical health. One of the big things, I'm here in New York working with a doctor who you know, and he has me up twice a year, and we work with patients of his, and we've seen phenomenal results.